Bradford City have confirmed their first 2025 January transfer window signing as midfielder George Lapslie joins the club, or has agreed to join the club, on a 2.5-year deal from fellow League 2 side Gillingham. And in today's video you're going to find out all the information about our latest recruit, how he's got on over the last couple of seasons and how Graham Alexander could potentially use him in his setup. Now, this is something that has been rumoured over the last couple of days, first reported by Jamie Rayner, and then Simon Parker yesterday did an article about it. Obviously, the January transfer window doesn't officially open for another couple of days. We're still on the 30th of December when this has been announced, but he can't be registered in time before our game against Barrow, but he will officially join Bradford City on January the 1st, so there's no more games for him to play with Gillingham. Bradford City tweeted today, though, at 3 PM, saying, "We are delighted to confirm the signing of George Lapslie on a 2.5-year deal. Welcome to the Bantams, George." And the article does then read, "Bantams confirm Lapslie capture. Bradford City are delighted to announce the signing of George Lapslie on a 2.5-year deal from Gillingham. The midfielder becomes the first winter recruit at the University of Bradford Stadium, bolstering Graham Alexander's options in the middle of the park. He came through the academy at Charlton Athletic and made a goal-scoring debut in a 2-0 victory over Crawley Town in the EFL Trophy. Lapslie, who scored 34 career goals, then joined Mansfield Town on loan in 2020, a move he made permanent in January 2021. 2 years later, Lapslie moved to Gillingham in the winter transfer window, which has seen him rack up over 70 appearances for the Kent-based club. After putting pen to paper on a deal with the Bantams, a delighted Lapslie said, 'I'm absolutely buzzing, to be honest. I can't believe my luck to have a side this size come in for me. As soon as I knew I had a chance to get here, I just tried to grab it with both hands.' City boss Graham Alexander was pleased to get a signing over the line already, stating, 'We're delighted to bring George in at the earliest opportunity so he can get up to speed with how we do things here. He will add energy, experience and quality to our midfield. He's versatile and a competitor, so we are really looking forward to working with him.' George Lapslie will officially become a City player on January the 1st when the winter window opens. The move is subject to the relevant EFL clearances. Obviously, with him signing from another club, Gillingham FC tweeted saying, 'The club can confirm that George Lapslie has signed for Bradford City on a 2.5-year deal. All the best, Laps.' I'm pretty sure that Gillingham have paid him up for the remainder of his contract. I think he only had 6 months left with the football club, but I'm 99% sure it was Simon Parker reported yesterday that Gillingham are going to just pay him up, so we've obviously brought him in on a free transfer. I think Gillingham signed him for £75,000. Their article does then read, "George Lapslie joins Bradford City. The club can confirm that George Lapslie has signed for Bradford City on a 2.5-year deal. The 27-year-old completed his move to the University of Bradford Stadium on Monday, with his contract officially beginning on January the 1st. That's obviously why he's not been in the last couple of Gillingham squads. Now, I don't know if that means Monday is in today or it meant Monday is in last Monday before Christmas, because he's not been in the last couple of Gillingham squads, but Alexander said after the match yesterday that nothing had been officially confirmed. So I'm not too sure why they would specify on Monday when they could just say today. I'm not really too sure, but obviously his contract will officially begin on January the 1st, 2025. Lapslie joined the Gills from Mansfield Town in January of 2023. He loves a winter move, doesn't he? Having begun his career with Charlton Athletic and went on to make 79 appearances in all competitions for Gillingham, scoring 8 goals in the process. He joins the Bradford side, who currently sit 10th in the Sky Bet League 2 table on 34 points. They will visit the Mems Priestfield on Saturday, March 8th. Mark Bonner said, "George departs with our very best wishes for the future, having secured a move that provides him a good opportunity and contract security. His professionalism since I've arrived has been exemplary, and he has contributed some important moments for us this season. As we look to reshape the squad in January as much as we can, we know we have to make space in the squad to enable this to happen." Now, we know that George Lapslie was transferred by the Gills in the summer, was unable to get his move then, and there was rumours that he was one of their high earners, so it does make sense why they wanted to get him off the wage bill. The move there hasn't really worked out, in all honesty. His best spell as a footballer when he was more northern or around Midland sort of area. I don't really know where you would class Mansfield, but obviously now coming really high north. It's probably the most northern he's been in his career. Obviously, if he's been with Charlton, Gillingham and Mansfield, now at Bradford City, a very northern place to be. You would assume that he would settle better in Gillingham when that's obviously a lot closer to Charlton, but I guess we'll have to wait and see how he does get on with Bradford City. 2.5 years is a lot to commit to someone who hasn't really pulled up many trees over the last couple of seasons, but I'm hoping he can rediscover for that form from Mansfield Town. I'm pretty sure it was David Sharp who originally signed Lapslie to the Stags a couple seasons ago. Before we do go any further though with today's video, don't forget to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 200 likes on today's video? That would massively massively appreciated. And don't forget to get your thoughts in on this signing down in the comment section down below. Bradford fans, Gillingham fans, Mansfield fans, even Charlton fans, let me know your thoughts on this move down in the comment section, and let's get back on with today's video. If we have a look then at how George Lapslie has got on in this division so far this campaign, firstly you can see here that he has had a couple injury problems so far this season. He has just made the 15 appearances for the Gels. I think we're around 22, 23 matches into the season. He's only managed to start 8 of them throughout his time. He's not even played 750 minutes yet so far this season, but he has still scored the 2 goals, averaging a goal every 371 minutes in the league with an 18% goal conversion rate, which I think is pretty decent for an attacking midfielder. He has also missed 2 big chances so far this campaign. No assists, but I would certainly say that George Lapslie is more of a goal scoring midfielder rather than a creator. I'd certainly compare him more to a Jamie Walker rather than somebody like a Callum Cook, for example. Obviously that's one of a bit of a throwback for you. In terms of some of his defensive stats, I do certainly think he is quite an aggressive presser. He's not scared to kind of put a tackle in, try and win the ball back high up the pitch, similar again to Jamie Walker in that sense. He averages 1.3 tackles per game and 1.9 balls recovered per game as well. He has a 50% successful dribble rate. I don't necessarily think he's the quickest. He's much more of a technical player, sort of a robust attacking midfielder rather than a flash in the pan type player like an Alex Patterson, for example. Obviously, we've signed a player here who I do know quite a lot about because Bradford City have played against George Lapslie quite a lot over the last couple of seasons. He has a 57% ground duel win rate and a 37% aerial duel win rate. I actually thought his aerial duel win rate would have been a little bit higher. He has also picked up the 3 yellow cards so far this season. I don't think his discipline is amazing, in honesty. We will certainly see him pick up a few yellow cards for maybe dissent and all that sort of stuff, or certainly that's the kind of vibe that I get from what I have seen of him over the last couple of seasons. Last year with the Gills, he managed the 36 league appearances, only 18 of them being starts. He scored 3 goals and also got 1 assist. So his time at Gillingham, you can clearly see, has not really worked out, in honesty. But if we go back to the 22-23 season, I think this might have been half at Mansfield, half at Gillingham. I could be wrong. Please correct me if I am down in the comment section down below. He might have moved before that, to be honest with you. But he made 47 appearances that season in the league, 32 of them being starts. He scored 8 goals though in this season where he played over 3,000 minutes and also got 5 assists, so 13 goal contributions in 32 starts. That is pretty good going for an attacking midfielder. If we can get around 10 goal contributions between now and the end of the season, I think that would be a very good return. And if we have a look then at how Bradford City's squad is now lining up for the 2024-25 campaign, as we know, Joe Adams will be returning to Wigan Athletic probably on the 1st of January, but nothing has officially been confirmed yet, but we know that that is something that we are looking to do. So as you can see, I put George Lapslie in these central midfield positions. What does this now mean for Clark Adore? Obviously came on at left wing back yesterday when we played against Chesterfield. That's the one. I don't know why I completely forgot who we played yesterday. Make sure to go check that vlog out if you haven't already. But what is the future now for Clark Adore? Will he go out on loan? What is the future for Jamie Walker? His minutes have been very limited so far this season and hasn't really played much recently. Now people like Patterson and Sarcevic are coming back into the fold. So it'll be interesting to see what does happen. But as you can see, I don't really think we need to get any players in before we get them out. Hold on. In terms of actual numbers, we know we need to improve in quality, especially in them striker positions. We also know that Michael Mellon and his dad, Mickey Mellon, were at the game yesterday watching Bradford City versus Chesterfield. Obviously, he's currently on loan at Stockport County, but if he came to Bradford City, that would be a brilliant signing, in my opinion. Absolutely did amazing for Morecambe for the first half of last season in League 2, so he would be a really good signing, in my opinion. We know we're still going to try and get people like Tyler Smith, Verdane Oliver off the books as well. We've got a load of centre-halves. Will any of them depart the club? Obviously a few loanees as well. Jay Ben subbed off after half an hour yesterday. Chet Diabate hasn't been in a matchday squad for about 6 weeks or so now. Ollie Sanderson hasn't really played much football recently either, so there's certainly a lot of spinning place and all that sort of stuff, but we know that officially George Lapslie is a Bradford City player and he's here for the next 2.5 years. A Mansfield Town fan has commented on Bradford City's post about George Lapslie signing on Facebook, saying George Lapslie was a very good midfield player for the Stags. Very surprised to see George move back up north though. Bradford must have offered him a decent contract. There is also the David Sharp connection. George moved back down south to Gillingham so he and his wife could be nearer their families. That's something that I mentioned earlier on in today's video. He was offered a decent contract by Gillingham as well, to be fair. If George had stayed at Mansfield, he would probably still be in our squad, although he may have mainly been a backup for Davies Keeler-Dunn, who got 22 goals, and George Morris, who got 11 goals in the attacking midfield position, which is his best position. position. He made 89 appearances for the Stags and got 26 goals, and has also made 155 career appearances and scored 37 goals. He knows where the net is for a midfielder, and obviously wishes him all the best. I know that obviously myself and the Mansfield Town fans, we've got quite a good history, and we get along quite well, so I'm hoping that a lot of Mansfield fans are going to be in the comments telling me we've signed a very good player. My only slight concern with this one is it is a 2.5-year deal. That is a very long time. Obviously, we've been burnt in the past with some of these longer term contracts. Tyler Smith, 3-year deal. Viden Oliver, 3-year deal. Clark Adore, 3-year contract. Just as a couple of recent examples for us. So I'm hoping that this is a move that does work out, but I'm also very excited that we're finally signing players who have a little bit of proven pedigree in this league. He's got goals, he's got assists at this level. It might not have been for a couple of seasons, but clearly he does just need a fresh start and a manager who is going to get the best out of him. He sounds absolutely buzzing to be here, and that is the most important thing. Yes, he's had a few injury problems, which is a little bit of a concern because some of our other midfielders in that position have been very injury prone. There's only really Bobby Poynton who hasn't had them injury problems, maybe Clark Adore as well, but I don't really see him ever being a regular at Bradford City. So I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section. George Lapslie is officially a Bantam, and let's hope they can have a successful time with the football club.